We have some extremely serious news. There is a rise in individuals trying to impersonate ICE agents across the country. Just over the past day or so, an individual in California was arrested by authorities for impersonating an ICE agent. He was
As if women in America didn't already have enough to worry about. As if we didn't have enough on our plate. Now we have to worry about possibly being abducted, right? Kidnapped by fake ICE agents. Why?
Hey everybody, hey my people, how y'all doing? Hopefully from wherever you my lovelies are watching this from, you are doing great, and I do hope that God has protected you and preserved you very well. Yes, thank you to everybody that supports me on here. Thank you to those that engage with the content. Thank you to my members too that support through the membership program. Guys, you know, things are slowly getting out of hand. Today we are going to be looking at videos where literally unknown people are impersonating ICE and they are literally kidnapping people. Which world are we living in? Which twilight zone is this? Yeah? You don't believe it, because first of all, I saw a video of a sister. She made this video, I think, around 17th. And she was talking about this. And you know, okay, I saved the video only for videos not to resurface, but new videos of these people impersonating, and they are literally targeting black women and black kids and other people of color. Watch with me these videos. We'll come back and talk about it. Do me a favor, like the video, share it, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
We have some extremely serious news. There is a rise in individuals trying to impersonate ICE agents across the country. Just over the past day or so, an individual in California was arrested by authorities for impersonating an ICE agent. He was caught in a vehicle with weaponry. He also had documents in the vehicle with Department of Homeland Security headings. According to The Guardian, there are more and more instances happening across the country of individuals trying to impersonate ICE or CBP to commit crimes. There are reports of attempted kidnappings. There are reports of attempted sexual assault. There are reports of attempting to break into one's home. So I'm making this as a PSA, but also for you to know the news that someone was literally just arrested in California for trying to impersonate a federal officer. And as the Trump administration continues to conduct its mass deportation efforts, you're likely only to continue to see these fake ICE agents pop up. It's very serious. Spread the word so more people are aware, and follow along for more.
As if women in America didn't already have enough to worry about. As if we didn't have enough on our plate. Now we have to worry about possibly being abducted, right? Kidnapped by fake ICE agents. Why? Because the way that this administration has decided to inhumanely detain, immigrants and detainees, to the point where these ICE agents do not provide identification. They refuse to identify themselves. They don't have formal uniform, and they won't show any warrants. Now you have advantagists, yes, it's a very Caribbean word, that are doing exactly what they're made to do. Take advantage. They're taking advantage. They're getting fake little tactical vests, little fake walkie-talkies. They're parading around and they're just grabbing women and skirting them off to undocumented cars and vehicles. And guess what? Because that's exactly how these ICE agents have been handling these undocumented immigrants, nobody's batting an eye. Nobody's batting an eye. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you the 3 men that they've already arrested because of this.
Over the past couple weeks, all around the United States, multiple women have come forward claiming that men have tried to abduct them while pretending to be members of ICE. So far, it's been very easy for these men to try and pretend to be ICE members. Members of ICE don't have a standardized uniform. Usually all you see them wearing is tactical vests, masks, and glasses. Completely unidentifiable. When ICE conducts these raids, they just go and they take people. They don't provide identifications. Oftentimes they don't have warrants, and they will just come and try and take people. And many malicious people have been trying to take advantage of this and try and abduct women. So in the future, if a man wearing a mask comes up to you and claims to be a part of ICE, and if he comes up to you without an ID and without a warrant signed by a judge.
He was going to finish off by saying that if it's not signed by a judge, don't believe them. But the problem is even if they have a warrant, these ICE agents are not showing it. They're not showing it. All of them are on some power trip right now. They don't want to answer any of the questions that they know by law they're required to answer. They don't want to give up any of the information or any of the paperwork that they know by law that they're required to give up, especially considering that this administration is not going to do anything if they don't follow the protocol. They have no consequences. So they're doing as they please right now. And because of it, There's people that literally see that and they're like, oh, bet. And they're trying to take advantage. Not even trying, they're attempting to. And it's all because of this administration. It's all because of this administration and the way that they have allowed these ICE agents to move around so freely in this country. No protocol. They don't have to answer to nobody. And now you have imposters that see the power that they have, and all they have to do is put on a mask, put on a tactical vest, put on a fake badge, say that they're a part of ICE, and they get to have access to that same exact power. This is America.
Fake federal agents. It's a new worry for city officials in Huntington Park after police arrested this man, 24-year-old Fernando Diaz of Los Angeles.
Prompted serious concern about public safety, impersonation of federal agents, and the need for proper identification and vetting of legitimate federal enforcement activities.
During a press conference Friday, police unveiled key evidence that led to his Tuesday night arrest, including the suspect's vehicle, a gray Dodge Durango seen here filled with copies of passports, federal enforcement-style documents, cell phones, red and blue lights, and a loaded firearm parked on South Alameda Street in a handicapped spot. It was enough to almost fool police, who initially thought Diaz might be an off-duty officer.
So, I made a video earlier today about ICE going into foster homes and just taking kids or waiting for them at the agency and just taking them, right? There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories about they're just, taking these people and the flights and nobody knows where they're going and people are tracking the flights and all of that. So there's a lot of misinformation, disinformation, conspiracy theories mixed up. Well, now it is being reported that a lot of different law enforcement agencies across the country are now saying that there are men dressing up and impersonating ICE and just snatching up people off the street. Who the hell didn't see that coming? I promise you, Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could have seen that coming. Women were screaming this, saying, you're going to get women and children hurt. And now these law enforcement agencies are saying, oh yeah, we're finding out that there are men, because you can just go down to the surplus or whatever and buy the vest, the hat, the uniform, all of that. This is despicable and disgusting. But the other part of this is this administration doesn't care. They don't care. So my question is, if you are being dragged off the street and defend yourself or attempt to defend yourself, you have no way of knowing if these people are actually ICE or they're cosplaying ICE. Well, because our illustrious Secretary of Homeland loves to cosplay, put on her little flat jacket, all of that, and go out there. These people absolutely do not care about anyone's well-being. They believe violence is their birthright, and they can do whatever they want, to whomever they want, whenever they want. For the love of all that's holy, y'all stay safe. Women, don't be out there alone. Don't be out there by yourself. If you got kids, make sure you know where your kids are. Because these people have just unleashed a whole new set of fears for all of us. Y'all stay safe.
Did you see what's happening in Los Angeles right now with people impersonating ICE agents, wearing the mask and the no badge, but wearing the vests around schools, in schools, around schools? What do you think is going to happen to a kid if one of them people approach a child? The child knows what's happening around the world. And if that person presents himself as an ICE agent, the child's going to be scared and go with the person. Now you just had a child kidnapped by somebody impersonating an ICE agent. And that is the stuff that's going to continue to happen. And it's going to get worse because all these bad people are seeing ICE agents don't have to identify themselves. So they click, maybe I can do that. Maybe it's a perfect time for me to put me a mask on, them impersonating ICE agents, and go grab some kids. This is what's dangerous. It's all messed up and dangerous, but this adds to it. Be careful and watch your kids.
If this is true, you can really miss me with the boy talking about it was just suicide. Yeah, right. Y'all peeped it. Now, there has been one lynching in Aurora, Colorado, and they said they found him hanging in the park, and that was a Hispanic man. Before that, another thing happened to another person, but he was a black man, and this happened in Albany, New York. And then they said that 2 or 3 more done happened in North Carolina. Now, I do not know how exactly true that is, but we're going to look further into that. But with that being said, and then on top of that, you got people dressing up as ICE or CBR, and they are impersonating those people. They are impersonating ICE, dressing up as them. Reminder, you can get an ICE costume or any kind of cop costume anywhere on Bucktown, really. So with that being said, there has been an alarming rate of people impersonating ICE. And then I find it very funny how I hear that happening, and then boop, these little things I've been hearing about left and right. And then the crazy part about it is, while all this is happening, none of it is getting news coverage. The only time that you hear any of it is online. I wonder the why. And so, with everything that I have said, you can miss me with the book talk about them. Oh, those lynchings swear up and down are suicidal. Miss me with it. So, with that being said, to the 2 that were found in Albany, New York, and Aurora, Colorado, we're gonna pray for them. But if the other 3 are true, we're gonna pray for those people as well. Because I don't know about y'all, I'm ready to motherfucker leave. And I am sick to death of this goddamn shit.
So, you heard what he said. Fake ICE agents. This is where the ball gets dropped. Okay? It's an open window for human trafficking. So now, we're all scared. Listen to what I'm saying. We're all scared. It's been known, it's been televised that this is happening. The plan is starting to unravel. Now, what do you do? No more ordering stuff off TikTok for the face or the clothes. No more ordering that stuff anymore. That comes to a cease. I need you guys to understand what I'm saying without me saying what I'm saying. It's time to protect yourself. Because now you don't know. That stands on your side now. They don't carry weapons. At all. It's time to go on Amazon, TikTok, and get what you need to get to be safe while you're out in the streets. KKK. There shouldn't be one person on this app that's not ordering something for themselves. If you're out in the streets, because they roll up deep, 2 cars at a time. There are things. Don't ever be cornered. Keep your phone where you don't have to hold it and record. They got holsters on TikTok where you can holster your phone in front and hit the record button. Protect yourself. It's time to stop ordering all that fancy stuff on TikTok. It's time to start ordering the right stuff. We're telling you this. Pass it on. It's time.
ICE agents across.
I told you this crap was going to happen. I told you that they're going to pretend to be ICE agents and try to hurt black and brown individuals. Plain and simple. My people, whether or not you're Mexican, Cuban, Guatemalan, Peruvian, It doesn't matter. If you have skin that is brown, please be careful. Because there's nobody in the streets that we are protected from. We need to be looking at everybody as an enemy because they are right now. Be safe.
I promise this will be my last post, but I have been seeing a lot of this and a lot of different stories in reference to this type of behavior from people. It's bad enough that we are literally stuck in this hellscape that Americans chose. Not all Americans, but Americans did choose this. And it is the most reprehensible thing to continuously know that there are so many disgusting people out there that you continue to level up the most disgusting thing that you could possibly be doing. You know, again, because Americans voted for this orange, tiny arm, dickless wonder, we are now faced with impersonating law enforcement to harm women. It is the most disgusting thing.
And that is why I keep screaming, do not let these holes cover their faces and make them wear a freaking uniform. Why is that so hard? That would prevent half of the problem of people impersonating ICE. They can impersonate them so easily because they walk around in plain clothes with their faces covered. Duh.
What are people supposed to do in America? And what is America turning into? United States of embarrassment, right? Because there's a lot of people that are making fun of this situation. But by the way, these are real things, my people. Black women are missing. Kids are missing. Other women of color are missing. These people are not identifying themselves. And meanwhile, there's an increasing number of people that are found, yes, on trees. So, I don't know how this government never knew that by the fact that it doesn't allow people to, especially its workers or ICE workers, to identify themselves. I don't know if they knew that someone will later on infiltrate, but I feel like they are okay with that. What are they doing to make sure they prevent such things? We are talking about people that literally went and got bounty hunters and paid them money. They got bounty hunters and brought them and recruited them in ICE. And, you know, trafficking and how things are moving on in the United States of America, right? I think this should have been foreseen already. And now these people are coming from literally don't have to identify themselves. They go to foster cares, they go to schools, they go to, public places, and they just bundle people up together and they take them. And people like they don't even know. When I landed on this video for the sister, I told you I saved it. And I was like, okay, because you know what? Before you speak about things, make sure, there's a repetitive number of people that have spoken about it. That is how we gather some of the things that we bring you out here. If it is only talked about by one person, somehow it is very hard to convince people that this really, really is happening. Now, this happened, the sister made that video, I think, on the 17th. Today is the 30th, right? As the time I am making this video, it's the 30th of June. And she made a video on the 17th of June, okay? And, it's now that I'm landing on more other videos of ICE impersonating. When Latinos, Mexicans, and every other person of color is literally running to hide their lives, even Black Americans are going to be running for their lives. And now, even to make matters worse, now they can't even tell who are Haitians and who are Americans. Hopefully, the government does something because there are those that have been arrested. But I feel like the way they don't allow ICE to identify themselves, that is so wrong. So wrong. Okay, so wrong. Because what is that? What is that? Just to harass people? I feel like, are these people just intentionally letting people harass others? Again, I'm saying this should have been foreseen with the increasing number of kidnaps and trafficking that happens in America. Yeah, this should have been seen. And you know, the targets are always, kids, black boys, black girls, black women, black men, and more other people of color. I understand that even other, races are involved. But I talk about more of black people over here, right? That does not mean that other people are not, like, these things are not happening to them. Yeah, but we know that some of these things happen. If they happen to black people, they don't really get talked about that much. Other people normally, echo and raise a lot of dust when it comes to their own. But as soon as these things are happening to other people, they really don't care so much. They don't give it enough coverage. That is why you probably are not going to see a lot of people like covering this. You're not going to see a lot of this on the mainstream media. You're not, okay? And it is intentional, yeah? So hopefully the government does something to make sure they get those people, because otherwise people are going to be living in fear. Like, you guys, the times that you are living in is just United States of embarrassment. I don't know if it is what we think it is, but this is just too much. This is just too much. Literally criminals infiltrating the system simply because you didn't want ICE to identify themselves, because you are afraid that if they identify themselves, people are going to know who they are and hide from them. At the end of the day, even when they hide, you go and get them. You've invaded farms. You've invaded everywhere. You invade homes. There's nowhere you can't reach. You're going everywhere. But anyhow, that is what is happening. Black women, black men, you guys stay safe. And for the kids, you'll stay safe as well. Like, protect your kids. Don't, like, let these people ambush you just like that. And just in case you need to call the police, hopefully they respond anyway. But anywho, let me know what you think in the comment section. But that's what the regime is turned into. Yeah. I think for me, for today, that's it. I love you, and I'll see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and bye.